The world is truly changing. Artificial intelligence is now appearing whenever you call into a customer service line. It's happening to be implemented for policing functions. Israeli military has been choosing targets using AI. That's kind of scary. Well, it was only a matter of time before the United States Department of War, or the Defense Department, whatever you want to call it, has now started implementing AI in the military. That's right. GenAI.mil has been launched by the Secretary of Defense, or the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth. This happened just a couple days ago when everyone got a pop-up, or some of the employees got a pop-up on their computer at the Pentagon inviting them to use a new artificial intelligence tool developed for the War Department. Some were naturally skeptical, wondering if the invitation was part of a cybersecurity test. But the next day, the concerns were gone. Posters around the Pentagon, as well as an email from the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, assured everyone that the new tool is not only legit, but that he wants everybody to start using it. Yeah, friends, we're going to be talking about the U.S. military using AI. I know it was only a matter of time, but the fact that across the entire Defense Department they're going to be using artificial intelligence to do stuff, where could this possibly go, and what serious threats do we have to our own civilization because of this? AI is not going anywhere, and I think that you either need to get on the ball or you're going to be falling further and further behind. So we're going to be talking about that. But before I do, let's jump into this. 2025 is almost over, and we're falling into the same trap again, waiting until January to start something new or learn a new skill. But here's the truth. You don't need a new year in order to make a new start. AI was one of the most in-demand skills of 2025, yet most of us didn't learn it. And that puts us at risk, not just of falling behind, but being replaced. You still have 25 days in this year to learn AI and step into 2026 a more skilled, smarter, and employable individual in just 2 days. Let me tell you about the 2-day live AI Mastermind training by Outskill, the world's first AI-focused educational platform, happening this Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern on both days. And the timing is perfect because they have their year-end holiday offer going on so that you can get in absolutely for free instead of the usual $395. Outskill is rated 4.9 out of 5 on Trustpilot, and this 16-hour live experience by them has been attended by more than 10 million worldwide professionals like you, across fields like marketing, finance, engineering, and data, mentored directly by AI experts from companies like Microsoft and NVIDIA. The best part? This training isn't just about learning tools, it's about changing the way you work. You'll learn how to use AI to simplify your daily tasks, build AI agents that plan, create, and automate your workflows, design AI automations that connect tools like Sheets, Notion, and CRMs to save hours, gain ready-to-use AI systems for your job, business, and freelance projects. But learning these skills isn't just enough. The most important part is knowing how to monetize them. Outskill's learners have launched AI-powered business models that even built weekly revenue models worth $4,000 to $5,000. Not just that, but you'll receive bonuses worth $5,000, including a prompt Bible, a roadmap to monetize AI, and a personalized AI toolkit builder, only if you attend both days. This Christmas, gift this opportunity to someone who you think could benefit from learning AI, as it could change their career in 2026. Seats are limited. Grab yours now via the link in the description. P.S. Join the WhatsApp community to stay updated before the big blast. So Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, announced that this would be built on Google Cloud's Gemini system. Eventually, we'll also use xAI's Grok and OpenAI's ChatGPT and Anthropic's Cloud. The future of American warfare is here, as they say, and it's spelled AI. AI tools present boundless opportunities to increase efficiency, and we are thrilled to witness AI's future positive impact across the War Department. Well, given the fact that most companies out there are not seeing any kind of productivity boost from AI, this could be a little bit of a concern. Not to mention the fact that, of course, AI leading people to believe things that are not true and letting AI anywhere near weapons seems like a really, really horrible idea to most of us. But then again, if your enemy is using AI connected to weapon systems, do you really have much of a choice? Or do you need to have a better AI connected to better weapon systems in order to combat that? I want to hear your opinions down in the comments down below. I'm going to walk you through apparently what they're planning on doing with this, and you can hear a little more about that, but I'd like to hear your opinions about this. Is this a necessary thing, a necessary evil that's going to happen? And what do you think is the big downsides of this? What are your biggest concerns? I'll give you some of my concerns as we go forward. All right, Pete Hegseth said, it is live today and available on the desktops of all military personnel. This is the Google AI one that has been modified for War Department use. It is live today and available on desktops of all military personnel, civilians, and contractors. With this launch, we are taking a giant step towards mass AI adoption across the department. This tool marks the beginning of a new era where every member of our workforce can be more efficient and impactful. Workforce. I mean, I guess with like logistics, which is a huge part of war, that's a good thing. But then again, are there going to be computers? Is there going to be electricity? Is there going to be the internet when war happens? Or are we going to have to get back to doing all this by hand? Because if you go over to Eastern Europe, the war that's unfolding there, how much of that do you think is being run by computers? How much of the logistics do you think is being done the old school way with pens and papers? I would suggest that a lot of it's being done with pens and papers. All right. Visitors to the site will find that it's available now. What it's available now is a specialized version of Google AI tool Gemini for government. Because why wouldn't we want Google controlling the Defense Department? This version is approved to handle controlled, unclassified information. A green banner at the top of the page reminds users of what can and can't be shared on the site. I'm sure nobody is ever going to put anything classified into that Google AI. I'm sure that's never going to happen. No mistakes will be made. Yeah, this is going to be a security nightmare. But then again, I mean, there's a lot of downsides to this, but then as with any new technology, you have to ask the question, if you do nothing with it, if you choose not to participate, do you just fall behind your opponents, your enemies, right? If you can pull the pilots out of your jets, if you can pull the drivers out of your armored vehicles and tanks, if you can run these things with robotics so that they act independently and follow orders, you have to ask the question of, isn't that probably a little more combat effective than having soldiers on the ground? And the answer is probably. I mean, there's some scary doomsday scenarios here, but at the same time, there's some doomsday scenarios if your enemy is using AI and you aren't. They say this, there is no prize for second place in the global race for AI dominance. This is from Emil Michael, Undersecretary of War for Research and Engineering. He continued, we are moving rapidly to deploy powerful AI capabilities like Gemini for government directly to our workforce. AI is America's next manifest destiny, and we're ensuring that we dominate this new frontier. Access to the site is available only to personnel with a common access card who are on the War Department's non-classified network. So there it is. This is being unfolded. This is not some maybe it's coming. It has already been unloaded on a bunch of people. Now, what it can do right now is probably a bit limited. One person at the Defense Department actually asked the AI themselves, how will you help the Department of War achieve its mission? And this is what it replied with. It listed a list of capabilities, including, among other things, creating and refining documents, analyzing information and analyzing satellite imagery, and even auditing computer code for security purposes. So now, some of that sounds pretty good. If you're dealing with hacking, countries playing cyber warfare with each other, having AI go through all of your code and look for security vulnerabilities, have it hack you in order for you to identify the security vulnerabilities, makes a lot of sense. Using them for logistics and documents makes sense, I guess. But of course, a lot of the companies that have tried to implement artificial intelligence have found that that AI, more often than not, just creates work slop, as they're calling it. Work slop is basically when somebody, like back when you were in school and you had to do a 500-word essay, and you write your essay, and it's only 350 words, and so you go back and you just start adding words, right? You just fluff it up with more verbiage, so that it takes longer to say exactly what you would have said in 350 words. Well, that's basically what AI does. It's very fluffy. It's mostly focused on not being wrong, and so it tends to just sound like cardboard. Okay, it's not good. It's not insightful. It generally is just bland and bleh. And when you get it to do menial tasks, it has a tendency to just spit out menial stuff. And that is useful for some purposes. But for a lot of purposes, it's not so useful. The AI also said, I can support the Department of War's mission by providing a range of capabilities designed for a secure, high-impact environment. Gen AI replied, I am ready to support your mission requirements. Okay, well, U.S. troops would hopefully not do anything too bad, though we've seen over time that U.S. military troops, just like troops in any other combat zone, sometimes go a little too far. But what about AI? Would AI go, no, I shouldn't do that? Or is AI going to go, yes, sir, I'm going to go do this war crime that you have just ordered me to do? That's a scary thought. Being in the hands of people that may have mercy on you is different than being at the mercy of a computer system that has been programmed not to show you mercy. The tool, at least in the Defense Department or the Department of War, reminds users to double-check everything it provides to ensure accuracy. The highest authority within the War Department, Pete Hegseth, himself provided that validation. Okay. And he said this also. The first Gen AI platform capability can help you write documents, ask questions, conduct deep research, format content, and unlock new possibilities across your daily workflows. I expect every member of the department to log in, learn it, and incorporate it into your workflows immediately. AI should be in your battle rhythm every single day. It should be your teammate. By mastering this tool, we will outpace our adversaries. Does that sound like a military that is ruling the world, or does that sound like a military that understands that we have very real rivals? I'm looking forward to hear what you guys have to say about it. I know a lot of you are very, very skeptical and very in some cases scared of artificial intelligence, and that's probably not wrong. Artificial intelligence is scary, and the capabilities of it are growing rapidly. On the other hand, can we hide from it? Or is this something that's going to happen either way, and it's better to be in control of it? As they say, the wheel is always turning, but only the people on the outside of the wheel feel it. Yeah, do we want to be on the inside of the wheel on this? Or do we need to try to stop the wheel completely? My thoughts on it, I guess, are kind of more in the line of we need to be on top of it and we need to be ahead of our enemies. But it certainly does make me queasy. I feel like the people doing this are basically doing the Manhattan Project, and it's kind of, we have to do it because otherwise our opponents and adversaries will do it anyway, and then we will be at a disadvantage. But on the other side, it's truly horrifying, and we wish this never had to be done. Well, friends, let me know your thoughts down in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching and being part of the Watchman community. We'll keep an eye on this and see what kind of hiccups come out of this. Hopefully the United States will be capable and ready to wage war if we ever get provoked. Hopefully AI doesn't provoke a war with the American people. Let's find out. All right. If you want to check out another video from this channel, there's one right over here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report out.